We're back after such a long break. You guys must have thought that I abandoned you. I'm so sorry. It's been a couple of weeks since the last video. Maybe a week and a half, if I'm remembering correctly. It's been a while. If you don't know, I was out of town, and we got some work done while I was on the airplane. I got all of the snow in place for the ceiling and the walls, so we don't have to worry about doing all of that boring stuff on camera. It's taken care of. If I can jump back up here onto my platform, we'll take a look at it. But yeah, this is all finished. I was out of town in Orlando for 4 days last week, so I didn't have time to do any kind of recording, and when I got back, I was exhausted because it was an awesome week. I was at a conference, but I was exhausted by the time I got back, and I just wanted to relax for a little bit. Didn't really want to jump right back into recording. So here we are. We are back at the Reverb Outpost with only 3 episodes, including this one, left to go until we are done with this series, and I seem to have broken something. Let's go in here and check that out. Is it hidden behind one of the pillars? Does it really matter? I think it does. We'll have to check that out. We'll put a gray block there for a minute, and we'll patch that up. But we are starting to dig out some space here. I'll go back in there in a little bit and check that and make sure we don't need to put those back because I don't want to mess that up. But we are starting to dig out a new area because today we are going to be working on something that I've never built before. We're going to be working on a potion brewing station, and it's going to be semi-automatic. I would say that it's automatic, but it doesn't have an automatic exit point for the potions. Once they're done, we've got to pull them out manually. So maybe we'll do something a little bit more automatic sometime down the road in the Expanse when we come back to this base. But we're not going to do that today because I really want to focus just on getting the potion brewing system all up and running. And, you know, we're not going to get a ton of use out of it just yet because we're moving on from this place here in a couple more episodes, but we will be back, so it will get some use at some point. We are not building this in vain, and it is something that I wanted to do. I actually got this design from Skippy6 Gaming, one of his tutorials. It is based off of, and I can't remember if it's a one-for-one design. I'm pretty sure that it is, but Skippy6 Gaming had one of these potion brewing stations, and it works really well in Bedrock Edition. So we're going to build that one today. I need to get the room itself all sorted out. I need to dig some space. We actually have to finish connecting the hoppers for the Nether Wart farm up to a storage area as well. So we're going to get that done in today's episode. I'm not sure how much of it we'll do on camera, but we'll have to see because we've got a lot to do in a little bit of time. I've got a couple of hoppers here, and we're going to run on into the Nether Wart farm hallway up to where we are going to get started. Check it out. We've got this little staircase, not done. It's really ugly looking right now, and this isn't even the completed hallway. But here are the dimensions of the first room, because this is going to be a couple of room build today. The first room is going to be the storage area for the Nether Wart, because we're going to have a ton of it. But we actually need to reverse these hoppers, so we're going to dig those out. Just like so, and yeah, I figured that would happen. We got Nether Wart spilling out everywhere. Do we have it all in our inventory? No, our inventory is full, so we'll need to come back and pick that up before it despawns, but we should be able to, because I don't think this part right here is going to take 5 minutes. But we are going to connect these hoppers up down here. I've already got a little space dug out, and I will do this part off camera because we're going to build one of those water elevators. We're going to be building several of those today. But you guys have seen me build them several times. The last episode was completely dedicated to water elevators going up and down, but these will be primarily for items. They won't be for transportation of players. These are going to be water elevators for our Nether Wart. And then we'll have water elevators for the potion brewing system and all of that, but we'll get to that a little bit later. But yeah, I'm going to do all of that off camera because you guys don't need to see more water elevators in a video because we've done a ton of that recently. So let me work on this for a few minutes, get the system all up and running, and we'll continue on together. You can already hear the system clicking away, but I just want to show it off here. We've got our Nether Wart flowing down the path there with all that water flooding through into the hoppers. And then we'll run on up here and I'll show you what we've got done so far. We did a little bit of work off camera, got the storage area finished. So there it is. And then we've got the beautiful Nether Wart just flying up the water elevator into our system. And the only downside is that the hoppers will back up once the chest is full before they move on to the next chest. So we're always going to have, I think it's 10 slots of Nether Wart that are taken up with the hoppers, which is fine because they'll eventually drain down into the chest once we pull stuff out. But if there's a way to lock those hoppers, maybe using a comparator or something, so that it only goes to the chests and not to the hoppers, if you guys know what I'm saying, maybe we'll work on that. But that's a redstone tutorial for another day. And speaking of redstone tutorials, you guys really enjoyed that redstone Minecraft 101 what is redstone video that I put out a couple of weeks ago. Got a lot of really good feedback on that. If you haven't seen it yet, be sure to go check it out. I've got more videos just like that coming in the future. Just haven't had any time to work on them because, one, I was out of town for 4 days. And had a lot going on with that, getting ready to go out of town and then getting back and relaxing and all of that. And we've been, grinding pretty hard getting the episodes for Reverb Outpost pushed out pretty consistently because we are wrapping up this series within the next couple episodes. That's so crazy to say. I cannot believe it. And if you guys have anybody that would be interested in checking out my videos, word of mouth is definitely the way to do that. So be sure to tell your friends if they haven't heard of me or haven't started watching my videos. Tell them I'm starting up a new series because that is a little bit more inviting than looking at a video and being like, episode 68? What are you talking about? I gotta watch 68 episodes to get caught up with this guy? I don't want to do that. So be sure, if you have friends that love Minecraft that haven't heard of me or haven't seen my videos yet, you guys can make this happen. You guys can help the channel grow, and I would definitely appreciate that kind of support from anybody that would be willing to share, hey, check out this guy's videos. They're really cool. If you think so, that is. If you don't think so, then you don't have to say that. But I don't know why you're watching the videos if you don't think they're good. So anyway, yeah, be sure to share the channel and let everybody know that you think would be interested, that we've got a brand new series coming up here real soon. Today's question of the day says, have you ever thought of playing Minecraft in Windows 10 Edition? You're the only MCP Let's Player left that plays on their phone. Does playing on a phone annoy you in any way? From Mr. Peach the Savage. We gotta drop some more water on this concrete powder to get some more concrete for our build, so let's answer this question while we are working on this. So, have I ever thought about switching to Minecraft Windows 10 Edition? The short answer is no. The reason is because I don't have a Windows device. I have all Apple stuff. I have an iPhone, I have a MacBook. I used to have an iPad until I dropped it in the driveway and cracked the screen, and I'm not able to use that anymore, sadly. But yeah, I play off of my phone. I have not a huge desire to switch. Bedrock Edition is not supported on a MacBook. I don't know if you guys know that or not. It's not a thing. So I couldn't even play Bedrock Edition on my computer if I wanted to. And Java Edition, some of the stuff on there is a little bit too processor heavy for my computer because my computer's pretty old and there's some issues with it. Yeah, it just would not fly. So phone it is, and I really like playing on my phone. This is the version of Minecraft that I've played on since I began playing Minecraft. And I know a lot of original Minecraft Pocket Edition YouTubers have switched over to Windows 10 Edition, whether it's because of a bigger screen or a keyboard and mouse or the convenience of, being able to play it on a computer. I don't know what the reasoning is, but that's totally cool. That's their decision. That's awesome. And if it works for them, it works for them. But I kind of like the idea of being one of the only YouTubers on the internet right now. I'm not sure who else still plays. I'm not going to say I am the only one. I'm sure there are others. But I kind of like the idea of being a rare YouTuber that still plays on the phone. So I hope that helps you guys out too, because I know a lot of people still play on mobile devices. And you know, maybe if you see somebody like me building these massive, crazy builds on a phone, it will encourage you to say, hey, I can do that too. So, yeah, for now, I'm going to be sticking with the phone. Maybe we can do some live streams from my Xbox sometime in the future. Maybe over on Twitch, we could do something like that. Do some of this off-camera work, like, you know, placing a bunch of snow blocks that would be boring for a video. Maybe we could do that in a live stream at some point. So, anyway, phone for now, maybe an occasional live stream from a console, but yeah, we're not going to be doing the Windows 10 thing anytime soon. And now for the fun part, we've got all of our redstone in our inventory, and we're ready to throw down this hopper line just like so. It's something you've seen fairly regularly on this channel. We've used a ton of hoppers in a lot of different builds, so it'd be interesting to calculate out how much iron we've actually used from this. Thank goodness for an iron farm. Because if we didn't have an iron farm, all of these projects, they ain't happening. Maybe we'll have to build a new iron farm in the next season at the new location. We'll have to see. Oh my goodness! That bug! Why? Why? I hope they fix that, because it's super obnoxious when your field of view just shifts like that in a completely different direction that you don't want to be looking in. Okay, so we've got our 12 droppers in place, with hoppers directly in front of them. Those droppers are going to spit out items that will be necessary for a brewing recipe. And we've got some iron trap doors now. That's the next part. Actually, let's go ahead and throw our chests up here. And we want to go ahead and throw some gray concrete there. And we actually need to dig... Oh, yeah, I forgot. We got to dig this top part out, because if there's a solid block above a chest, you can't open it. So there wouldn't really be any need to have a chest up there if we, oh, did not mean to put that down there. There'd be no need for chests up there if we couldn't open them. So we're gonna make room. So basically what these are gonna be, they will be the places that we can put all of our excess items in. And let's do that here in a minute. We'll take a pause on the chests, because we actually need to get up there and hook up some hoppers. But yeah, so buttons. I'm so scattered right now. These buttons will serve two purposes. One is to activate the droppers to spit out the item, and then these iron trapdoors. This is where they come into play, and I put that on the wrong level. We got to put it up one. Right there. Okay, and check it out. And check it out. Ah! Wrong direction. I'm not showing this off very well. Let's do this one. There we go. That's what it's supposed to do. Let's take this guy back out. So basically what's happening here is when you push that button, it activates the dropper, and the item that you want to, select for your potion recipe will spit out, and that trap door will activate to make sure that that item does not overshoot the hopper, and it's guaranteed to land in the hoppers every time, so that your recipe doesn't get messed up. You don't accidentally lose an item. These trap doors will prevent any of that kind of lost stuff. Next, we've got some hoppers here, and we're actually going to place these down on top of our droppers, because what this is going to do, this is what we were talking about earlier. I wasn't thinking clearly. We needed to get all of these hoppers in place before we put the chest down, but basically, we will have hoppers going into the droppers, and on top of the hoppers, that is a lot of hopper-dropper language right there, on top of these hoppers, chests. And in the chests, the items that are going to be stored for the particular item that you would need for a potion brewing recipe. And we're out of chests. We need to go get some more wood. But basically, that is for excess storage, because if we've got full droppers, we want to be able to still put more items into our inventory so that we've got unlimited supplies of potion brewing recipe contents. Oh, guys, we were doing so good. We were doing so good. We're 3 episodes, including this one, away from the end of the series, and all of my tools were a little bit low on durability, so I decided to take a trip down to the Enderman farm. And as you know, it sits right next to the void. There's no protective railing or anything like that, and we were doing great. My tools were mostly mended back up and good to go. We were working on our last pickaxe, and I logged off, because I had to take a break, and I log in the next day, and what do you know? I turn around, and the little the little bug where you touch the screen and it flips out and you go in a different direction. That happened as I was running out of the farm, and I ran straight into the void. So, no chance of recovering any of my stuff, no chance of reacting. It's all gone. I can't believe how many times this has happened this season. We're only 3 episodes away from the end. And we lost everything again. All of our mending tools and armor. If there was any doubt about how we were going to start the episode, the new season in episode 1, of whether we would take our good stuff with us or not, and maybe start from scratch, we're definitely starting from scratch for now, because we're not going to have time to get decent gear back by the end of the series. It's just all gone. Thankfully, we've got some backup tools that we've found in cities and different chests along the way. We got a few backup tools. It's not anything worth shouting about. But this is definitely going to slow us down today. It's definitely going to slow us down on our progress. Now that I've had time to heal emotionally from the loss of all of our stuff again. It's so sad. We got a potion brewing stand there. So that's where that's going to go. That's where all of the potion items will end up when we're ready. And we've got a double chest that's going right here and here, because that's where our water bottles are going to go. Bug, can you please fix yourself? I don't know why my screen keeps freaking out like that. Anyway, so this next part we're going to do off camera. I just want to let you know what we're doing. We've got that double chest that we put down there that's going to lead to a water elevator. And then this right here, what we're working on now, the actual potion brewing system itself is going to lead to a separate water elevator, because there will be 2 hopper lines going into that potion brewing stand that we just put down over on the other side of the room. One will go in top. So the hopper system that goes on top of it will be the items, and then the water bottles themselves will go into the side of the brewing stand. So we need 2 separate hopper lines. It's basically like how you would hook up an auto smelter. You got one direction for your smeltable items, and then you got another for your fuel source. So that's kind of essentially how this works. I'm going to hook it all up, and then I'll show you how it works. All right, everything should be good to go. So let's run on in here with all of our potion brewing items. We've got Nether Wart, and we're going to throw that in the chest, and it should funnel down. Beautiful, beautiful. And yep, we got it flowing into the dropper. Next up, we got sugar, and we'll throw that in there. We don't have much of this stuff, but we got plenty of sugar cane, so we will fill up on that at some point. We've got blaze powder, and we've got magma cream, and these aren't in any particular order. This is just the order that I've chosen to put them in. Gas tears, so don't feel like you got to put them in order, except for one thing. And we've got pufferfish, the nether wart. That probably should go at the very front of your system. We've got glycering melons, and then we've got golden carrots. And then we have our spider eyes, which we've got quite a few of those. We only have 1 fermented spider eye, so that's just going to go in the item frame for now. And there we go. And then these last 3 slots over here, we've got 2 slots that are empty right now. We've got redstone that will extend the length of your potions. We've got glowstone that will boost them up with more powerful effects. And then we've got gunpowder, which will turn it into a splash potion. So the reason why I separated these 3 is because they're basically modifiers that will change the way that the potion works once you get the potion actually brewed up. So I wanted those in a separate section. So yeah, it's pretty much ready to go. All we got to do is punch the buttons. The last 2 slots here are for some items that we don't have yet, and as I'm thinking about it, we built it 1 too short. There should be 3 empty slots. And the problems continue today, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe at some point down the road we can expand the system again if we need to. But yeah, we've got empty slots, so it's not super necessary at this point in time. Turtle shells, phantom membrane, and then there's one more item that I'm forgetting that we would need. I can't remember what that is off the top of my head. Rabbit's foot. Rabbit's foot, that's what it is. We don't have any of those. So those will have to wait for now. We got a bunch of water bottles that we're going to be filling up right now, and our inventory should get pretty maxed out pretty quickly. Where are the water bottles? There we go. I just had to click on a new stack. So, oh, yep, filled up very, very quickly. So now what we're going to do is we're going to throw these water bottles in this chest here. And as I'm thinking about this, there might be a slight flaw in this design. We should see them actually pop into the brewing stand. Yep, there we go, there we go, there we go. Good, good, good. As I'm thinking about this, I don't think we can put all of these water bottles into the system. Sadly, because I was hoping that we could store some extra ones in this chest here. But because we've used a water elevator, all of these water bottles will go at least to the water elevator and then up. And if the hoppers are filled up there, they're just going to sit on top of the hoppers and despawn. There's the flaw in the system. So we can't put too many water bottles in here. I think there's probably 9, 10, 12, something like that, hoppers above the ceiling. So we can store quite a few water bottles, but it will fill up quickly, and we definitely don't want to waste those and despawn those. So maybe there'll be a fix for that sometime in the future. This episode is a bit full of issues. It's okay. It's okay. It's still a working system. Really excited about it. We're going to test it out here in a few minutes. I'm going to throw some more water bottles in so that we make sure that the system is nice and full and ready to go to brew some stuff up. The last thing we need is blaze powder, which we've got in the brewing stand. It's ready to go, so we'll punch that button. We've got some nether wart. We'll do some magma cream because we'll do a fire resistance potion in honor of all the stuff we've lost to lava. And then we'll extend the time with a piece of redstone dust. And we should... Ooh, it's already in the system. Check that out. We've already got nether wart in there. And we should see... Yep. We've got our magma cream in the hopper. And we'll just wait here for a second and make sure that it's working properly. There we go. Yeah. That's awesome. Awesome. So our magma cream is in the system. It is brewing up. And there we go. We got a redstone piece in there. We can't start another potion just yet because if we put nether wart in there, it's going to jump into that first slot and go ahead of that redstone. So we don't want that to happen. So we'll wait until that happens. So you can see we've already got fire resistance and that redstone is going to extend the time. So let's go ahead and brew up another one. We'll use our sugar piece there because we want to brew up a potion of swiftness so we can be a little bit quicker on our toes and not lose all of our stuff all the time. That actually might make things worse. But there we go. So that nether wart piece is ready to go. And as soon as we take these bottles out, there's more ready to go in the system. This is fantastic. This is going to make potion brewing a breeze in the future whenever we actually use this for something adventuring somewhere in the nether. Definitely won't help us out in the end because of the void. There ain't no potion that's going to stop that. But it's a start. It would just be super wrong if we brewed up potions and didn't give it a little taste test, just to make sure it's not, harmful to the user. So here we go. Yep. We got a potion of swiftness. We're running around. It's awesome. I haven't used a ton of potions, but I think this system is going to allow me to experiment a little bit more with this kind of stuff. Something that I've, vastly unexplored in the game. This is pretty exciting to me. We got a bunch of work done off camera on the rest of the hallway and the staircase, but it's not completely finished. Losing all those tools definitely put me behind schedule, so the roof in here is not done yet, and the roof in here is not done yet. So we are not going to be able to finish this today, sadly. My goal is to try to finish this in between episodes before we start the next one. We'll have to see if that actually happens or not. It's that time again. We're in the red squadron, and over in this corner right here, where there's an empty slot, we are going to be adding today Rogue Fox. Rogue Fox, welcome to the Red Squadron. I was about to say the Rogue Squadron. That is Star Wars, but this is the Red Squadron. This guy is a YouTuber that I have recently connected with, and we're actually about to do a collaboration together sometime in the next week or so, I think. But yeah, definitely go check out his channel. He's got a brand new survival series that he just started. Super nice guy, super good at the whole Minecraft thing. So I think you'll enjoy his videos if you go check him out. Be sure to do that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time that I've got for today, and this series is rapidly coming to a close. We've got 2 more builds that we're going to be working on, and they're not anywhere near as extensive, I think, as the one that we've done today and recently with all the auto farms. We are done with auto farms in the Science Center. For now, there is still some space on the other side of the Nether portal that we might work with in the future, but we are done with the auto farms in here. We've got a pretty cool project coming up in the next episode. Going to do, I think, a piston door for the entrance of this place that will complete out the room itself. And then the last episode got something pretty special that I've been holding back since before this series even started. Something that I really wanted to do that will kind of give an iconic moment to the exterior of our base. So, be looking forward to the next couple of episodes, and then we are going to jump right in and start with the Expanse. Start out in the new forest build that we're going to be working on. Lots of cool stuff coming up. But for now, my name is BluJay, and I've got to fly on out of here. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.